Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Jessica Nicole. I'm a self-published author of YA fantasy romance novels, and in today's video I am actually going to be filming a book haul for you guys. This is a huge book haul. These books came mostly from Amazon, and I got a few at Walmart, and I'm actually in the middle of filming me organizing my new bookshelf situation. And I figured, since I have all the books out anyway, this would be like the perfect time to film this book haul. So I'm just gonna go through each book and basically give you like a really short, like 1 sentence summary of the books, because we got a lot. And that's basically how this video is gonna go. The reason why I got so many books, I think there's like 20 or so books here, so I've like more than doubled my original book collection. Is basically because I have had my Audible subscription for a while, like a couple years, and so I've listened to a lot of books that I really loved on Audible. And although reading with my ears is totally valid way to read and enjoy books, I have gotten in the habit recently of annotating books, and so I really wanted to be able to have books that I love in physical form and have those stories in my hands so that I can annotate them and enjoy them in physical form as well. So without further delay, let's just get into this. The first book I've got, this is in no particular order. I literally just stacked these up and put them together on the floor. There's like 3 stacks of books on my floor right now. Let's see if I can show you. So yeah, no particular order. Here we go. I have Verity by Colleen Hoover. This is about a struggling writer who gets the chance of a lifetime, or so she thinks. It's got a very like gothic horror kind of feel to it. It's very suspenseful. I swear, like, it took me a day to listen to this whole thing. I started in the morning and I was done by that night. And I want to go in and like annotate this book because I really enjoyed it. And it was the first like suspenseful thriller that I ever read. There's kind of a romance in here. It's kind of like one of these books that kind of plays mind games with you and you're just kind of along for the ride. So got that. Heart of the Raven Prince is one that I listened to this past winter. I listened to it in December. It's a Cinderella retelling with Fae mingled into it, and this was my first taste of Tasanya Odette's writing. This is part of a larger series, but I listened to the Curse of the Wolf King or something, and I didn't like that one, but I did really enjoy this one, so I highly recommend it. Ember's our main character. She is basically horribly treated by her stepfamily. It kind of follows the trope of Cinderella. She meets a prince who is kind of a jerk. It's very enemies to lovers, and I just love the way the story unfolded. It was very sweet and very fairy tale-esque. I love it. Love stories like that. I have The Hazelwood by Melissa Albert. This was the first Melissa Albert book I ever listened to on Audible, and it made me want to listen to Our Crooked Hearts, which I have here too, and I'll show you in just a second. But this is basically about a girl named Alice, and her mom have been like on the run her whole life, like as far as she can remember, and she doesn't know what they're running from, but she quickly finds out when her mother is kidnapped, and she kind of goes on this journey to get her mom back, and she learns like a whole bunch of family secrets. Her grandma was like this hugely famous author who only wrote 1 book, and she lives in this like gothic mansion called the Hazelwood, but Alice has never met her grandma, and she's going to find out why. I got the Traitor Queen and the Bridge Kingdom duology, as I'm calling them. I know they're not a duology, but these are the only 2 books in that series that focus on these 2 characters, and I don't really care about the other ones. I care about Aaron and Lara. So I talked about these before in like my February wrap-up, I think. I talked about this one anyway. I read this one this month. But listened to these on Audible, loved them, could not stop. This one I gave like 5 stars. This one I gave 3, but they're both really good. Basically forced marriage, arranged marriage to bring peace, but really we're not trying to bring peace. We're like sabotage, espionage. But we only have one side of the story, or our main character only has one side of the story, and when she gets the whole story, she sees that maybe things aren't what she thought they were. So she's a princess, he's a king. She's like been trained to be like this assassin warrior, and really good story, really high stakes. Loved it, enjoyed every minute of it. I have the Inheritance Games trilogy. Yes, they are out of order, but I have all three. The Inheritance Games, the Hawthorne Legacy, and the Final Gambit. This follows the story of a teenager. Her name is Avery Kylie Grahams, and she inherits the fortune of this billionaire she has never met. It's full of puzzles and secrets and riddles and very much like Clue in book form, and I loved it so much. She's basically trying to figure out why Tobias Hawthorne left her his fortune instead of all of this family he has, including his 4 grandsons. And along the way she discovers like a lot of family secrets and secrets about the Hawthorne family and her own family as well. And we're down 1 stack, so let's keep going. I also have the entire Folk of the Air trilogy here. I have the Cruel Prince, the Wicked King, and the Queen of Nothing. This follows Jude Duarte as she is a human girl in the Fae world, trying to make a name for herself and make her way in the world. She's introduced to the Fae world in a violent way. Basically, her mother and father are killed in front of her, and the dude that kills her mother and father becomes her stepdad. So, like, yeah. And she's bullied basically by the Cruel Prince, who is Carden, who has like a tragic backstory of his own, and the two of them have to kind of figure out a way to work together to save their lives and the kingdom. So I have that. Now, let me see. Oh, it's down here. It's under a couple of these books. Hold on. I also got from Walmart, which I hate because this is not a sticker. I thought this was a sticker. But I got the Stolen Heir, which is basically like the sequel kind of to the Folk of the Air trilogy. It follows another character in the story, and this is his story, and I love Oak anyway in the original trilogy, so I'm really excited to read that. I haven't read that one yet. I have Our Cricket Hearts by Melissa Albert. It's got a dual timeline about a mother and a daughter kind of trying to fix the mistakes of the past before they catch up to both of them. It's got witchy vibes, very haunting and mysterious, and this is going to be like an annual Halloween read for me. Very good story, very fast paced, and finished that one really quickly too. Can't remember if I had these in my last book haul, but the covers are gorgeous, so I'm going to show them every chance I get. I have Legendborn and Bloodmarked by Tracy Dion. I have since read both of these. I read both of these in March. Loved them. Have a whole reading vlog coming out for them. These follow Bree Matthews as she kind of tries to figure out how she fits into this magical world she stumbled upon, and tries to solve the mystery of her mother's death and her family legacy. It's a reimagining of the tale of King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table. This one I have not read. I got this one from Walmart as well. A Touch of Darkness by Scarlett St. Clair. All I know about this is that it's like a Hades and Persephone kind of retelling, and there's a trilogy, so if I like the first one, I'll get the rest of these. I love Greek mythology. I always have, so I'm a sucker for that. I'll give any Greek mythology thing a try once. I have another longer series that I'm also treating like a duology at the moment. I have A Deal with the Elf King and A Dance with the Fae Prince, both by Elise Kova. This series is called Married to Magic, if you're interested, but basically the women are basically married to magic. They're married to magical beings accidentally or whatever. For this one, I think her name was Luella. I listened to this one a long time ago, but I really loved the story. It was really good. She is like bargained away to the Elf King by like a birthright, and she is unaware of her power for a long time. She has like magical powers because she's going to be the wife of the Elf King, but they come at a cost, and it's basically like a forced proximity romance. They try to kind of break the spell that binds them, and they end up figuring out that maybe they have feelings for each other along the way. This one, A Dance with the Fae Prince, stolen birthright situation. The prince is in hiding. She accidentally absorbs his birthright power, and so they're on a journey to kind of right that wrong. and lots of things ensue along the way. It's very much one of those travel adventure type stories that are really fun to read. I have the Darkest Minds series here. I love the Darkest Minds. It's just one of those that I was always gonna stick with me, I feel like. I had originally I didn't get this one, but then when I got them and I realized that the spines spell out the word dark, I couldn't just have dar, so I got the last one because this one isn't actually part of the linear series. It's like a novella collection, but I've never read any of these novellas, so I'm excited to have them. I love the Darkest Minds world. It's beautiful and tragic, and I'm glad that I have those. And I have the Six of Crows duology, Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom. I don't know anything about these other than it's like a heist thief situation, band of thieves, found family situation, and I'm all about those. I did watch the first season of Shadow and Bone, and I don't remember it too well, so that's good. I want to read these before I watch the second season. I have not listened to these on Audible, but I do plan on reading them along with the audiobooks. I've heard the audiobooks are pretty good. One that I did already listen to on Audible is House of Salt and Sorrows by Erin A. Craig. It's a 12 Dancing Princesses retelling, mixed with like this very creepy like ghost story, haunted house type feel to it. But there's like this family curse going on, and we're on the journey with one of the sisters as she tries to protect her remaining sisters because her sisters have been dying, and she's trying to figure out what's happening and how to break the curse and how the curse even occurred. How it occurred is wild. Like, I did not see it coming at all, and I love that book. There's supposed to be a sequel coming out later on this year, and I'm probably gonna get that too, honestly. This one I listened to on Audible. I love this book. It is so good. Margaret Owen. This one also has a sequel coming out this year. Little Thieves by Margaret Owen is a retelling of The Goose Girl, and it's about two girls who have basically been wronged by life in different ways, and them finding a way to heal themselves, find their own power, and move on. Vanya is a thief who basically used to be a maid to a princess. She ends up stealing the princess's appearance and kind of stealing her life to be this thief and get back at the evil, like, rich people who have treated her horribly her whole life. The plan kind of backfires when she is cursed by a woodland spirit who is very terrifying, by the way. She basically has a time limit on how to right her wrongs, and I love this story. It was very fast-paced, very funny, and just such an adventure. Oh, and by the way, her parents, her adoptive mothers, are Death and Fortune. Wild and so much fun to read. I have the last three books here are all by Lizelle Sambury. I love her. New favorite author. So I read these two Lizelle Sambury books last year, and I think it was last November, but I immediately became like an Insta fan. Anything she writes, I'm gonna read. I follow her here on YouTube. But yeah, this is the Blood-like duology, so it's Blood-like Magic and Blood-like Fate. Think Sabrina the Teenage Witch with like ancestral magic that comes with a cost. It's very much thought-provoking. It's so interesting. I was never bored, and you see how big these books are. Never bored, not once. There's like a blend of like fantasy and sci-fi in here, mixed with like history and just human experience, and I just loved these so much. I loved just everything about them. They were so immersive and beautiful, and like, even though I've never been to Canada or whatever, I didn't feel lost or anything. I felt like I don't know, I just felt very much at home in these books, if that makes any sense to anyone. And then this one I have not read yet. It's her latest release this year. It's called Delicious Monsters. It is a haunted house, dual perspective, dual timelines story between two different girls living in the house at different times, and one of them can like see the dead, speak to ghosts, something. So I'm super excited to read this. I'm probably gonna save it for the fall though. And look at spine is just gorgeous. I love the gold and the green. But yeah, and that concludes my little book haul. Thank you guys so much. Not my little book haul, this is a huge book haul. But I always wanted to collect things as a kid. I think I mentioned this in my other video, my bookshelf video, but I could never really find what I wanted to collect. And I think I found what I want to collect. I want to collect books. I want to collect stories and worlds that make me feel something. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye.